Hey everybody, welcome back. Are you ready to learn 10 more facts about the Pokemon series that you actually didn't already know? Well, good. You've come to the right place. First up, in the Gold and Silver video games, you'll probably remember that the Safari Zone, sadly, didn't make a return. This was due to time constraints the development team faced. In the end, they just didn't have enough time to put the area in. However, that wasn't the only content cut from the games. Maps discovered in the coding of Gold and Silver show that the Lake of Rage, you know where Red Gyarados lived, was originally supposed to have more to it, including becoming an entire city with a gym leader, likely to be led by Price, Jasmine, or possibly even Chuck if the original lineup stayed the same. Manda Buzzes' Sun and Moon Pokedex entries are actually both pretty interesting. In their Sun entry, it's said that the bones all Mandibuzz wear exist because they're using them to attract males. That brings up a couple points. First up, apparently that means that male Mandibuzz don't have any bones on their design then, right? That'd be pretty crazy to look at. However, secondly, this begs the question, there are male Mandibuzz, but where? In-game, Mandibuzz's gender ratio is 100% female, so I guess they exist, but somewhere else? Then, their Moon Pokedex entry states Mandibuzz's favorite food. Does anyone want to take a guess at what that could be? If you said Cubone, you're absolutely correct. And that's actually ridiculously so horrible. Did you know in early Pokemon games, your Pokemon were receiving artificial power boosts as you progress through the story without you knowing? In the first 3 generations, certain badges you received would actually increase your stats. In generations 1 and 2, you'd receive a 12.5% power boost for holding a certain badge, while in generation 3, you'd receive 10. Furthermore, in generation 1, these boosts were reapplied every single time the player's Pokemon stats were raised or lowered in-game, and then they would stay on your Pokemon until you leveled up. That being said, Generation 2 took this boosting concept a step further and additionally boosted specific types of attacks if they matched the gym badge you owned. Crazy. Did you know Gary released a good chunk of his own Pokemon? Tell me if you find anything strange with these two statements.
I want you to know that my grandson Gary has already caught 45 Pokemon.
45 Pokemon? Oh, that Gary!
You'd better hurry up, Ash. You don't want to fall further behind the others.
And Gary has already captured 30 Pokemon.
30 Pokemon?
In episode 13 of the Pokemon anime, Professor Oak reveals that Gary already owned 45 Pokemon, to Ash's meager, 6. But 12 episodes later, it said that Gary had only caught 30 Pokemon. So I guess he just threw a bunch away? In Pokemon Red and Blue, as well as their remakes, there's a girl NPC standing on the overworld with her Slowbro. When talked to, she'll command her Slowbro to do one of 3 things. Use Withdraw, use Sonic Boom, or to punch. While Slowbro learns Withdraw by leveling up, and could be taught a punching move back in those games, Slowbro can't learn Sonic Boom through any legitimate means. And finally, if you remember from a previous video, the Gambler Trainer class was rebranded over the years, first to gamers and then later to PIs, in order to avoid the negative association Westerners have with gambling. Yet their style of battle has remained true to their origins. These trainers all use various Pokemon, but they tend to rely on moves more heavily based on luck rather than skill, utilizing one-hit KO moves such as Horn Drill and Fissure, as well as moves that also knock out their own Pokemon, such as Explosion. In other words, these guys are the mortal enemies of Nuzlocke everywhere. That's going to do it for me today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys learned something new, consider hitting that like button or dropping a comment. I read them all. Can't respond to them all, but I read them all and I really, really appreciate that. And if you want to see more Pokemon content, maybe you think about hitting that subscribe button. I don't know, up to you. Either way, talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.